Give me a job. Give me a job. I promise that I'm qualified, so please don't be a snob. Give me a job. Give me a job. If you don't give me a job, I'm going to scream.
Hello and welcome to our very first episode of Give Me a Job. I'm Judy.
And I'm Harper. And we're here to talk about design, tech, diversity, and the entry-level experience.
The first time is always the hardest. So Harper, why you are doing this?
Well, we love talking, especially Judy. She really needs to talk.
True.
And we think we're pretty funny. So, there's the thing. But really, like, Judy, why are we doing this?
So ultimately, our goal is to build community.
And we found that there are so many entry-level junior designers out there, and the experience of breaking into the tech world is, or can be, overwhelming and lonely, especially now in 2020, this wild year. So we wanted to highlight and embrace our everyday challenges and experiences and try and bridge the gap between the junior and senior designers.
After all, we are in this together. And we would like and want to leave the planet in better shape than we found it.
Yes.
So, Harper, what's our general plan?
We're figuring it out.
That's true. That's so true, by the way.
Our plan is to cover design-related topics, interview our fellow entry-level folks, and to create a judgment-free space where we can talk about our experiences, struggles, and frustrations, and also celebrate our triumphs, accomplishments, and wins, big and small. And ultimately, we just want to have fun.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, that's true. And we thought the best way to start our episodes is introducing ourselves and share with you guys what's our plan, what you are looking to do. And let's start with you, Harper.
Oh, me, okay.
Yeah. Where are you from? Where are you now?
Cool, yeah. I am Midwesterner at heart. I'm a Cleveland, Ohio native, and I came to the DC area. I'm now just outside DC by way of Asheville, North Carolina. So that's my locale info. Before UX, I worn a lot of hats. I won't list them all because that would be like a whole episode in its own. But the primary thing that is like the unifying factor of all of my career hats is that I love working with people. I love empathizing with people and understanding like why they think about things and how they think about things and why they do the things that they do. Lots of things. And I want to create the best possible experience for everyone around me, whether it is providing a really good latte or like helping raise someone's child or like serving up gluten-free baked goods with a smile and making someone's day. I also just really want to know like why would people choose Triscuits over Wheat Thins? Like that doesn't make any sense to me. So that's my history. And I decided to become a UX designer for all of those reasons. I was born and raised in the arts. My parents are potters. And so I love design, but I also really love psychology, just like why Triscuits over Wheat Thins. And I think that UX is the perfect meeting ground between the two, that there's like psychology, design, UX, perfect, most beautiful thing that there ever was. And my favorite part of the UX process is getting to talk to people and understand them and think about things in a way that I maybe wouldn't have on my own, and learning about people. So research, interviews. I also am, like, I think there's a lot of fancy titles you could use to describe what I do, but at the end of the day, I make things and I draw stuff. I love to draw plants. I've recently gotten really into drawing monsters. That's been my 2020 hobby. And so I like to draw things and make things beautiful. And like Judy said earlier, we want to leave the planet in a better shape than we found it. So that's me in a nutshell. I draw plants, I draw monsters, I hang out with Judy.
Yeah.
That's pretty much my life.
And you're very creative, and like every day I discover something new about yourself. But there's a question: what's the print behind you?
So the rainbow is a drawing that my cousin Perry did, and I promised her that I would put it on my fridge, but then my freezer leaked, and so it got kind of damaged, and now it's on my wall, so I get to see it every day. And then the print above it is by my friend Niki Miller of Overgrown Illustration Co. And she's a graphic designer, illustrator. You can actually support her by checking out Overgrown Illustration on Instagram, and there's a link to her website. So
Amazing.
Buy my friend's art. She's great.
Yes. We really would like to support like people, and especially in this time of the year, because it's not fun. And everyone's struggling. So if anyone can support and help, please do, because we need your help. But what says, can you read it for us?
Well, what does it say? It says, I may not know where I'm going, but I'm going, because
we
are.
Does that seems us?
Yes.
That's
very much
totally.
so. Yeah. But that's enough about me. Judy, let's talk about you.
Oh boy.
Where are you from? What's your story?
I think I'm a little bit of everything. So originally I'm from Syria. I moved to the United States since 2012, struggling, learning. But now I'm in UK, London. So I graduated January from UX, and ever since I started applying, I think I have applied over 300 job applications.
Yikes.
Yes.
That's so many cover letters.
I stopped recording, like, after like 300, like my numbers stopped. So I think like it's over 400 now. But after that numbers, and was like, ups and downs, my feelings, I thought, you know what, if opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. And that's what I did. So my brother and I, and the main reason why I kind of moved to UK, London, my brother and I, we decided that we want to help Arab people to start up their own business. So we start up our own business to help them. And basically what we are doing is I teach them UX design in Arabic, because it's not available in Arabic language. And also I teach them how they can build their sites with no-code tools, such as Webflow. And like we have so many tools that we are using to support them and help them and guide them along the way. So yeah, before UX, I was doing a whole lot of customer service.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite company, Judy?
Apple.
This is a huge surprise. I didn't know this about you.
Yeah,
you don't talk about it every day.
Never. So literally everyone who knows me knows that I am a huge fan of Apple. I love them. I do. And like, I don't know, I just like, I love their people. Like, I love like everything about them. Like, hire me.
Apple, give Judy a job.
Yeah. So I was like, thank you. By the way, we didn't plan to say that at all. But yeah.
I mean, that's the whole point of this podcast, right?
Yeah.
Give me a job.
Give me a job.
Apple, give Judy a job.
Give us a job.
Somewhere else, give me a job. We need jobs. We like to like pay our rent and get groceries and maybe have pets.
Yeah.
And just like survive in 2020. This year.
I think, today, I don't know if I talked to you about that at all, but today I was thinking, especially like in this time of the year, it's hard for people to get a job. So if anyone who's hiring, please consider that. Consider that the junior people are spending like a good amount of time to study, for example, UX. They invest in themselves. So please, if you find any small opportunity for them, hire them, because they need income. They need to get a job. I understand, like, as business owners, that you need the best of your company, but also juniors, they need someone to give them their hand. You know, we
Mhm.
all start, like, someone help us in some way. So yeah,
Everyone starts somewhere.
exactly.
But Judy, I wanted to ask before we like move on and talk about why you should give us a job, and that whole aspect of our podcast, the purpose of this podcast. What is the name of the company that you started with your brother?
Oh, so it's called Banna, which is keep building. So the name of Banna, it's like we are keep building. So and even for them, like, we keep learning, we keep building. As Steve Jobs said, stay hungry. So stay foolish. So we are.
It's a solid mantra. And then I wanted to know, like, what do you do in your spare time?
Oh,
Do you have spare time?
I don't. I don't. So far, like, I'm working on Banat. I built the website. I have a lot of redesigning. So we launched 6 weeks ago, and ever since, like, we have everyday signups, which is amazing. But I have changed the design already twice.
It looks amazing.
Thank you. Well,
You're welcome.
I got your help, so thank you so much. And I keep asking you, like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And you know what, Harper? I think that's the best part of UX. I don't believe that we need to work solo. I believe in working together.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe that someone will complete me. So for example, like, if we're gonna talking about, like, about this, give me a job. You are a very organized person. I'm not. So you are complete me in this part. Like, everything that you like it to be a planned. For me, I just go for flow, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For you, no,
Yeah,
you
I
are more
mean,
organized, which is amazing.
This podcast wouldn't happen because like you want to start 3 weeks ago and I wanted to start never. So, but one of the things I really love about you is that you just don't take no for an answer, and like not in a aggressive, bullying, not respecting consent kind of way, but in a just your drive is incredible and you accomplish so much. Like every day I go to sleep or like you go to sleep before me because you're in London, but you go to sleep and then I wake up, I go to sleep and then I wake up the next day and you've done like 800 things and I'm just having coffee and like trying to open my eyes all the way. And that's amazing. That's something I really love about you, is that you don't take no for an answer. And
I don't.
like
Yeah.
you said, if like you're not finding any opportunities, you build a door, and that's like a pretty honorable quality.
Trying. I think I don't know. I want to help people. Like, when we first, like, starting thinking about this podcast, like, I want to help people. I want them to know that you are not alone, literally, because we are struggling in this too. I want us to have kind of like communication between seniors and junior. We want to be this part, like the one in the middle, who share with seniors like what's the junior are struggling with, and also sharing with the junior, like, the seniors experience, which is amazing. So we would like to help people. Like, this is literally our hope. So yeah, I don't know.
No, I think that's great. Like there is a disconnect, right, between or maybe we just think there's a disconnect because we're only experiencing our own experiences. Like, we only know what it's like to be us. But it feels like following job boards and like I'm on multiple Slack channels. Shout out to Friends of Figma and Hexagon UX, along with DC UX, great communities.
Yeah.
But there are job boards, and I get really excited every time a job is posted, and then it's really discouraging to only see job postings for senior designers, and senior positions, and places want at least like 5 to 7 years of experience. And it's discouraging, right? Because we ultimately, like, we need experience in order to get experience, and that's hard. And like the biggest ego hit that ever was is to be constantly rejected because you don't have enough experience for an entry level position. And we just wanted to make space for that, right? Like we all experience this. How many times can I say experience in one sentence? And so we know what it's like. Seniors were juniors once. Like we didn't all come into this world being like, I know all the things. Everyone started
No way.
somewhere.
Yeah.
And the beauty of UX is that you're always learning. Like even if you're an expert, there's still so much more to learn. And you have to, like Steve Jobs said, you have to stay hungry, because that's part of why I got into UX, is I wanted something that pushes me to constantly learn and grow and be the best version of myself. And somewhere that's stagnant is not an option, because that's like boring, and to me anyway is not sustainable, because I want to learn, I want to grow, I want to be better, I want to make the world a better place, especially now with this wild, crazy, historic year that we're all living through. And so here we are.
We need to support each other. Yeah. And like, you know what's, Harper, like what sometimes I can't understand, that there's some job applications, they're looking for entry level, which is lovely, with 5 years of experience, which is how I'm gonna bring 5 years experience for entry level. Like I don't have it. I just graduated, like literally. We just graduated, like from where I'm gonna bring the 5 years.
Yes. It's wild. But we're here. We're trying. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know where we're going, but we're going.
We are.
Thanks, Niki. And actually, I think it might be song lyrics. I don't know. I'll have to ask her. But we're here and we're trying, and we would love to have jobs. And I know from experience, Judy has no chill. She's one of the hardest workers I've ever met. And I also try really hard. And like Judy is working with Bana and like created this amazing company and built this website and is teaching people in Arabic, which is incredible. Don't sell yourself short on that. I've been freelancing with this amazing nonprofit called Project Canopy, and they are trying to centralize biodiversity data in the Congo Basin rainforest, so that we can ultimately like maybe save the creatures and the second largest rainforest in the world, because we need it to breathe and like live. And so we're out here, we're trying really hard, we're really passionate, really excited, and at the end of the day, we just want to do meaningful work and make the world a better place. So
can
please,
I share something?
Give us jobs.
Can I share something?
Yes.
So do you remember a few days ago when I told you like you are very creative?
Mm-hmm.
And would you allow me to share the story? Just like
sure.
small bit of it. So Harper, she's one of the most creative people that I've ever seen. Like her drawing, it's just like amazing. I highly suggest like you guys like check her Instagram. So when I told her like, Harper, you are so creative, she answers me, and that was shocking for me, like hearing that from her. Like I'm not, I just know how to build things, which is so true. She's so good in that. Like if I show her something, she make it like illustration, which is like, how could you do that?
I don't know. I just do it.
Well, definitely, guys, like you need to check. You need to check like her Instagram, because like her stuff, it's absolutely incredible. Like I'm a huge fan.
You're making me blush, but thank you. Yeah, like I said earlier, I grew up in the art world, so it's just natural to me. It's like life. And I don't think of myself as an illustrator or like anything. I make things and I draw stuff, and I try and have a good time and practice, right? Like
Yeah.
my drawings from even last year look not great compared to, in my opinion, obviously we're all our own worst critics. And yeah, practice, you get better.
Yeah.
It's almost like experience pays off.
That's true.
I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, so here we are. This is our podcast. We're trying, we're figuring it out along the way.
Yes.
We're really happy you're here. If anyone's actually listening to or watching this, it might just be us talking to each other. But here we are. Hello, welcome. Welcome to our community. We're really glad you're here.
Yes, we are. And like, since we are both UX designers, we love feedback. So if you guys have any feedback, comment, or maybe suggestion, please let us know. We would love to know your opinion and like your thoughts about it. As Harper said, like we are doing this and like we don't really know what's happening next, but we're just sharing our experience and struggling. The point is we are not alone. Like we are all in this together. But hey, you guys can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and if you'd like to send us an email, Harper, what's our email?
Our email is givemeajobpodcast@gmail.com. That's givemeajobpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks, guys. We'll see you when we see you. Have a great day. Get jobs.
Take care. Yeah. Peace.